The Shadows and I got together again in 2009 for an album of re-recordings of our classic hits, 50 years after we had formed. We called it Reunited, but that was misleading. We were all in different parts of the world, so we recorded the record remotely, in different studios. It still worked well, though. At the end of that year and the start of 2010, we played an arena tour of Europe, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. It was terrific that so many fans still wanted to come out and see Cliff Richard and the Shadows. Yet we butted heads this time around as well. I was keen to include some of my solo hits in the set, songs that had sold millions for me, such as Devil Woman or We Don't Talk Anymore, but the Shadows insisted that they only wanted to play songs that they had played on. I thought, well, if that's the case, they shouldn't play anything I haven't sung on. I thought that, but to keep the peace, I didn't say it. I tried to talk them round, but got outvoted. Oh well, that's showbiz again. Yet, ultimately, those disagreements don't matter. The Shadows were my band, my boys. They were with me right at the start of my career, even if they were called the Drifters then. And they've been with me through thick and thin. We owe everything to each other and will never not be close. The bonds run very deep. Hank has written some wonderful songs for me, including my top 10 hit The Day I Met Marie in 1967. My biggest single remains We Don't Talk Anymore, produced for me by Bruce. We're always together, even when we're not. That closeness is demonstrated by the fact we've always kept in touch over the years. Occasionally, I see the original Drifters. Terry Smart and Norman Mitham have come along to my shows. I last saw Norman when I played the Albert Hall in 2021. He and I recreated an old 1956 photo of us for my Facebook page. It's harder to see Hank than any of the other surviving Shadows now, because he has lived in Australia since 1986. He moved down under because he wanted his kids to have a healthy outdoor existence, and he's never regretted it. He loves it there. Hank has a recording studio at home and plays in a group, Hank Marvin Gypsy Jazz, who interpret the music of Django Reinhardt, the great jazz guitarist, and also write their own tunes. It's a real passion for Hank. They make records and occasionally do short tours of Australia and New Zealand. Whenever I tour Australia, I always call Hank and ask him to be a special guest. He always says yes. Hank would walk on. The Aussie crowds would go nuts. We'd do the Young Ones Living Doll and Summer Holiday. Hank would wave and walk off, and the crowd would go nuts again. We did it on 4 or 5 tours, and I would always look forward to it for weeks beforehand. Every time, it was such fun to be on stage with Hank again. Even if it was only for 10 minutes or so, I really hope that we get to do it again. Hank is still a master of the one-liner. He turned 80 in 2021. He's a Jehovah's Witness and they don't celebrate birthdays, but I sent him a little message via email. How lucky for you that you'll always be a year younger than me. Hank emailed me back, I hope so. Bruce lives in Richmond upon Thames, as he has for many years. He has done a lot of interesting projects. From 1998 to 2012, he ran Shadowmania, an annual one-day show of Shadows tribute bands. Bruce would always top the bill. In 2011, the show included a tribute to Jet Harris, who had just died of cancer. I see Bruce when I'm in London, as I do Brian Bennett, who since the Shadows has had a successful career writing theme tunes for TV shows. Remember the theme from the Ruth Rendell Mysteries? That was Brian. He was married for more than 60 years to the lovely Margaret, who sadly passed away recently. Whenever I meet up with Bruce and Brian, the years fall away. When we went to the Sods Awards last year, we had a great laugh, as we always do, as we always will. If I still lived in England, I see those guys much more than I do. We always miss Hank, though, and the Hank and Bruce double act. I feel so fortunate to have met and worked with the Shadows. It's easy to forget what a terrific band they were, and with due modesty how fantastic they and I were together.